Alright, hello everyone. We are Team 14. I'm Diego Bernal and my partner is Michael Milligan. We're going to be talking to you guys today about security protocols. We're going to try to teach you how they're used and what they're used for and why we use security protocols. So we're also going to be including some information about the past protocols, the present, and the future. And of course, we're going to be pointing out some of the problems with our current security protocols and suggest some improvements to them. So what is a security protocol? A security protocol performs security related functions using cryptographic processes. To be more specific, we use them to protect the integrity of data, the secrecy of information, and the privacy of our information. So, protocols protect the integrity of our data. So they protect the data from being transmitted, from being tampered with. They also protect the secrecy of the information, and they prevent anyone who is not supposed to see the data from accessing and viewing the information. So first we're going to be talking about wireless networks. There are three main wireless networks. This includes WEP, WPA, and WPA2. WEP came first, then WPA was an improvement to WPE, and WPA2 was an improvement to WPA. So WEP is the father of security for wireless networks. WEP was supposed to provide the same amount of security as wired networks. So, WEP was implemented in 1999. For confidentiality, WEP uses ORC4 stream cipher, and for integrity, it uses CRC32 checksum. As for authentication, the two main methods used are shared key authentication and open system authentication. Unfortunately, WEP was hard to set up and it was very vulnerable to hacking, and that's the main reason why WPA2 was built. Okay, so how does WPA2 work? WPA2 requires a network card, but the main security protocol that WPA2 uses is a TKIP, or Temporal Key Integral Protocol. TKIP works by creating a 128-bit key for each packet, contrary to WEP that used a 40 or 104 key that did not change ever. The main advantages of WEP is that these keys could change, and for WEP it couldn't change. Then WPA2 was created, but the most important enhancement to WPA2 was the addition of Advanced Encryption Standard, or AES. This encryption was so good that even the government was allowed it to use for government purposes. Alright, so now we're gonna turn to network protocols. IPsec, or Internet Protocol Security, deals with the security of Internet Protocol communications by encrypting each packet of a particular session. IPsec can be used in many ways. It can be used in a host-to-host, network-to-network, or network-to-host data flows. IPsec is a network layer protocol. The other commonly used protocol is VPN, or Virtual Private Network. VPN establishes a private network which will connect to external networks, especially the internet. This allows private networks to communicate with external networks, yet keeping the security features of the private network and having the ability of communicating with them as if they were part of the private network. Alright, now we're going to talk about SSL, or Security Socket Layer. What SSL does, it creates a safe gateway of communication between a server and a network. SSL was first intended to be used alongside HTTP, but it has grown to become its very own important security protocol. SSL has many functionalities such as web browsers and email. Alright, TLS is Transport layer security, it is the predecessor of SSL, and TLS has two layers, the protocol and the handshake protocol. So TLS makes sure that no one can tamper or eavesdrop any message that is being exchanged between a client and a server. Alright, so the most commonly known protocols by the average person is going to be HTTP or HTTPS. Even though they might not know that they're security protocols, they are. HTTPS stands for Hypertransfer Protocol Secure. HTTPS is the protocol commonly used for communication over a computer network. It works by a product of technically combining HTTP with SSL and TLS. Essentially, HTTP is layered on top of SSL and TLS to create or add the security features to HTTP. Another security model is SSH. SSH is like another secure protocol. It's used for the safe communication of data. It is mainly used to get access to a remote computer over a network. It can be used to control servers remotely. SSH is great because it provides secure communication and great authentication over unsecure networks. Alright, here's a graph of how the SSL handshake protocol works. It's a very basic graph. You can see how communication between a client or a browser goes to the server and back. There's nothing too complicated here, so let's move on to the next slide. So how are protocols developed in today's age? So most of them are developed in reactive, means that we develop them or create an update when we need it, when there's a breach or when we see that a protocol becomes unsafe. So flaws are exposed before the update because we need to know what the flaws are in order for us to fix them. And these updates are known as patches. So a new way to develop protocols would be to use a proactive approach. So in this approach, we would try to find the security flaws, or companies or the government would try to find them before hackers or the bad guys can find them, in order to release updates before they can exploit those flaws. This will make much stronger protocols and will get rid of any flaws and any loss of data that can happen because of this. So, her conclusion. So secure protocols, even though we have many secure protocols, different security protocols, we'll continue to develop new security protocols because they become unsecure over time. People find ways to hack them. So it is important for us to find new ways to secure our information, new ways to develop new protocols that are going to last a long time and that are going to make those protocols unhackable. Each protocol has its own strengths and weaknesses. We just got to try to find the best one that suits our needs, and we got to develop new protocols. There's current development and there's a lot of improvement that is going on, but there's so much more that we can do, and we have to do this because our information is at stake here.